Speaking of EVs, General Motors and electric vehicle charging network EVgo announced that they are aiming to accelerate widespread EV adoption by building more than 2,700 new fast chargers across the U.S. over the next 5 years, tripling the size of the nation's largest public fast charging network. Currently, EVgo has more than 800 fast charging locations, 66 markets, 34 states, serving more than 200,000 customers. Joining us now to break this all down is Cathy Zoi, who is the CEO of EVgo, and Alex Keros, who is the lead architect of GM EV infrastructure. Great to have you both here with us today. Super excited to discuss this. Alex, let's start with you. A few years back, GM said it wouldn't invest in infrastructure for EVs. So why do you believe GM has changed its priorities now?
Yeah, I don't think we exactly said we wouldn't invest in infrastructure for EVs. I think what we characterized is we were looking at the landscape, and at that point, we saw a lot of players who were potentially engaging, like electric utilities and teams like EVgo, who were engaging the market, and we're looking at it. And over those few years, we've taken a really close look at it, talked to our customers, and bottom line, to really help accelerate the adoption of EVs, we decided to lean in.
Fair enough, and appreciate the clarification there. So Cathy, how will this investment help you keep pace with the fast charging network growth that we're seeing?
This is a fantastic boost for the business. I mean, we're seeing the United States ramping right now on electric vehicles. I mean, the sales are increasing, and importantly, the number of models is increasing. I mean, GM alone has announced that there are going to be 23 new models by 2023, I think it is, and we need to have charging there so they can charge those cars if they're away from home.
And so, Alex, how will this partnership allow GM to really maintain a presence in the EV marketplace? You've got Tesla, of course, who catches a lot of fanfare this year, Volkswagen as well out there, and then, of course, you've got even more competition from some of the overseas European competitors and manufacturers. As you look across the overall landscape right now, for GM, what is the next big step when it does come to EV?
Yeah, I think the key to this is really around leaning in and ensuring that we're ahead of the market. There's often a chicken and the egg kind of conversation, and I think what we've all discovered, including the industry over the last 5 to 10 years, is the infrastructure needs to be there, and it's really around building a full ecosystem, whether you're charging at home, whether you're at work, whether you're on the road for a longer trip, or what we announced today on Friday with EVgo is really around ensuring when you're about town, if you live in apartment buildings, that you really do have the confidence that the infrastructure is where it needs to be. So this is really around leaning in, helping accelerate that market ahead of what we're pretty excited. And Thursday we'll start this announcing and showing the world the new Cadillac Lyriq, but many more models to come to help accelerate this market.
And so I want to talk more about that in just a hot second, but very quickly, Cathy, as well, looking across some of the different markets and cities, where do you see the biggest opportunity to build out the network from here?
Well, EVgo, most of the EVs in America right now are in California, but that's spreading. So what we've worked on with the team at GM is about 40 metropolitan areas. Now, EVgo's business primarily is on convenient metropolitan fast charging. And so we see that there are some cities across America that are just starting, where the ramp up is coming. Some that are in full force. And so we're finding that. I mean, you think of Detroit, Chicago, Houston, Orlando, all kinds of places that are, again, EVs are going to be everywhere. And what we're, as Alex mentioned, what we're aiming to do with our charging is you can charge while you're doing other things. So our favorite place to site our chargers, and I think this footage that you're showing right now, is at a grocery store parking lot. So it takes you 60 seconds or less to plug in, and then you go in and you do your shopping, and you come back and you've charged up your battery.
And so when we're thinking about the overall kind of competitors out there, and coming back to the Cadillac Lyriq specifically, Alex, since you mentioned that a moment ago, as I think about Cadillac, as many other car consumers think about Cadillac, they think about a luxury type of brand, and they annex that particular feeling, that emotion, that sentiment to a brand in Cadillac, similar to how Tesla has perhaps proliferated the luxury appeal of EVs over the past several years. And so Is that something that you see as the broader industry being able to lean into, is now this proliferation of EV as a luxury type of experience? And how do you make sure that Cadillac adds on to that same type of sentiment as consumers are going to get more options in the coming years?
Yeah, it's a great question, but let me reframe it a little bit. Really, EVs are about, it doesn't matter if it's luxury, a great car like the Bolt EV, or any. Really, it's around ensuring that we have a portfolio of vehicles that really meet everyday people's needs. Whether you want to get in the Cadillac Lyric, and trust me, I am super excited to show this to the world. I know the team is really excited to show it to the world. It is top notch across the board. Or like me, I own a Bolt EV. What an amazing vehicle, man. I live with 2 little kids and able to run around and do just about everything that I need to with that vehicle. So I think the Cadillac Lyric will really highlight our ability to sort of hit that luxury market. But at the same time, this is about getting EVs into everybody's hands, not just our luxury buyers.
And just quickly before we go, Alex, as well, coronavirus pandemic and workflow across a lot of major auto manufacturers, it's certainly been a hit. There's been an impact that we've continued to monitor. How are things right now? Where do you see that ramping up, especially as you do start to introduce some new models?
Yeah, nobody told my team things slowed down. We've been working our butts off pretty hard and really getting ready for the announcement here Friday with Cathy team, and we're really pleased about how great of a partnership that is. But also, obviously Thursday and a whole bunch of other EV products coming around down the pipe. So our team is raring and actually going pretty quick. I have to remind them sometimes to sit down and take a break and enjoy the fam.
Well, excellent to have you both on here today, and thank you for joining us on Cheddar. Cathy Zoi, CEO of EVgo, and Alex Keros, who is the lead architect of GM EV infrastructure. Thank you both. We appreciate it.